You're now listening to No Gimmicks.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN special Wednesday show. Shout out to everybody that's going to be tapping into this one. It is a Wednesday show because tomorrow we are going to the Dragon Slayer Pro Wrestling show, and they've been gracious enough to invite us over. So gonna go check out that show. But MPX is on a Friday again, and I'm gonna give this one to my co-host JJ. Welcome back, sir. I want to get your thoughts because I thought these Friday shows have been phenomenal. I want to get your thoughts on these Friday shows real quick.
I mean, first and foremost, good evening, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. For those of you tuning in, if you watched AEW Dynamite tonight, man, what a Maximum Carnage show. We got news that the Rascals are all elite, so that is great news for everybody. But, man, MPX, you guys have been putting on banger after banger after banger, and these Friday shows are just getting bigger and bigger and better and better. And I think somebody in the management realm was listening because they did it again last week, streaming on YouTube as well as Twitch and Facebook. And the YouTube stream was still nice and crispy. So keep it up, guys. It's looking great. It's sounding great. I love being a part of it and seeing all the things that MPX is doing. And then there's this week. Man, what a better name for this week's show. Bad Influences.
Right. And just the card itself has been it's there's a lot of excitement. This is a very, very big time for MPX, man. We got the Texas Rumble coming up. We have the Mr. MPX tournament that has been featured on this card. There's a lot of puzzle pieces that are going to be starting to move in place. Very exciting time for MPX. But we gotta go back for a second to Heavy Artillery and what happened at Heavy Artillery. First of all, shout out to Delane Cavens, who retained that championship and is bringing it in. Thoughts on Heavy Artillery, man?
I mean, it was in the name itself. Heavy Artillery, indeed, from top to bottom. That card delivered. Since we're talking about Heavy Artillery, and since I was outed on Facebook, not even after the show was over, Tom A, I gotta give you your flowers. I gotta give you your props. Do I agree with how you won your match against Danny O'Ryan? No, but you won nonetheless. So I will not doubt you again. Shout out to you for what you did. Shout out to everybody on that card. And Dylan Cavens, man. Cavens is on fire as the MPX champion. I don't see anyone putting that flame out anytime soon. But like we touched on, it's Texas Rumble season. So, I mean, the possibilities are just starting to run rampant as we get closer and closer to the Texas Rumble. And everybody is gunning for a spot in the Rumble.
Absolutely, man. And it's funny with the Rumble coming up. Some of these guys are gonna have some momentum, and some are rolling into this with a lot of momentum. We got Nikki Blackheart announced for the Texas Rumble. We've seen that Abaddon's going to be coming back to the Texas Rumble. There's a lot of high-end stuff. But before we get to that, we always talk about surprises, what's going to be in the Rumble. We got a TNA debut tomorrow over at Curtis Caldwell. Is it possible that we may see some of these guys pop up in MPX?
I mean, before we touch on that, I want to backtrack on what you brought up with Nikki Blackheart, because I don't know if you had your detective ears on this past show at Heavy Artillery the way I did, but I think I heard Tyler Foster throw out a hint that Nikki Blackheart may very well be challenging Abaddon for the MPX Women's Championship.
You are correct.
So if that is a match that's announced soon, talk about a banger on the women's side of things, because Nikki Blackheart versus Abaddon was not on my bingo card for 2026.
Not at all.
But sign me up for it, because I can't wait to see that match if it happens. Talk about the conflict of interest.
That'll tear me right in half, bro. Like,
man, it's gonna do something indeed. But yeah, like you touched on, that's how we actually bonded over all of this last year at Texas Rumble season with the TNA, not invasion, but the TNA angle at MPX, because Nick Nemeth showed up with the TNA world title in hand. So that was kind of the start of everything. And you see all the relationships that MPX has. Shout out to Demo Diamond for being on Drinking at Moe's earlier this week. Because even Demo touched on it. MPX has worked with Revolver, all the other local indie companies here in the DFW and in Texas. We've seen talent come and go like Mo Kelly, Ethan Hunter. The list goes on and on. Yeah. And then with Athena and all the work that she's been doing, I mean, the possibilities are kind of, in a way, limitless on who could appear for the Texas Rumble.
That is a very good point. And it's not just TNA, right? Because Athena's been doing the work with the Who Runs the World. There's been a lot of AEW female talent coming in and out of MPX and showing up, popping up. Not just that, but you have like WOW showing up, some from NWA showing up. And the overall, there's this thing with 2025 that MPX kind of spearheaded the movement on working with a lot of different promotions and bringing people and making MPX the kind of focal point in North Texas of like, this is where the best are going to be coming through. They were kind of the focal point for that. So I think 2026, they keep continuing on that trend that they've been doing, man. 2026 is going to be a way bigger year than 2025. And 2025 was massive. And you can see that right now with Nikki Blackheart popping up early in the year,
Right. No, I think it's going to be huge. And like you touched on, this upcoming weekend with TNA Genesis happening in our backyard, Garland, Texas at the Curtis Colwell Center. I mean, the sky's the limit. The AEW residency here for this month has been huge. We've seen some of the MPX guys and girls on that card. Vert Vixen, Maya World, Hyon, Demo Diamond, Dylan Cavens, Kari Wright. The list goes, London Dior. The list goes on and on. So again, we know MPX will have a couple people here. Demo Diamond, Tomei has declared for the Rumble. Red Chambers has also declared for the Rumble.
Shout out to him. But
there's still gonna be those surprise elements of who else is gonna be in the Rumble, because we don't even know.
That's a very good point. That is a very, very good point, because as we touched on, there could be surprises, but the MPX talent could be vying for a title shot. And after Heavy Artillery, with Dylan Cavens retaining, it kind of, no disrespect, because I know he's probably going to watch this, and I know he's going to feel away, but you got a title shot. And that's probably going to push JD Griffey a little further back in the line than some of these guys that may want to get in the Texas Rumble or working to get up the ranks a little bit. He may have to get in the ring with one of these guys. And I know he doesn't necessarily want to.
Right. No, that's a good point. And, something I was paying attention to in the chat. So shout out to all of you in the comments tonight.
Yes.
You guys are always awesome leaving your comments in there. Kim touched on something. We have the Mr. MPX tournament happening right now. So you look at the winner of the Mr. MPX tournament, maybe that helps them solidify their spot in the Texas Rumble. But what does that do for the other 7 participants in Mr. MPX? Are they vying for a spot? Do they have a second chance to get in the spot? And we've seen it in the past for those of us that are MPX addicts of long time. Normally with the Texas Rumble, you get a couple of surprises here and there, but most of the unknowns are returns or debuts. However, with everything going on, all these partnerships, the big deals, the big names, this could very well be the year where we see more surprises than we do anything else.
Right. Yep. Right. And yeah, anything can happen. And that element itself is very exciting. That's what makes it exciting. Is because you don't know what can happen. And even at these Friday shows, like you've seen the uptick. And we'll get into the card tonight. You've seen the uptick in stakes with every single card leading up to the Texas Rumble. And, just asking some of these guys, like we asked JD Griffey, like, what happens if you don't get your title back? Are you going to be in the Rumble? And I think that question kind of got answered last Friday, right? Like, you were the champion. You lost that title and you didn't get it back on the second try. So where are your options at right now? I know he's gonna hate that. But I mean, what are your options right now?
It's literally just an honest to truth question. It's a hard-hitting question. It's just the reality of where we're at. And if you think about last year, 2025, the show right before the Texas Rumble was called Last Call, appropriately enough. And we saw Tommy Dreamer, who was the big surprise of the Rumble last year, come out on that show. And everybody was chomping at the bit for that last chance, that last call. It's the week before the Rumble. I got to put a stake next to my name to get the eyes of management.
Exactly.
And right now, we're at the halfway point because as of this week, we've got Bad Influences and then the last 2 Fridays of January. So you've really only got 3 more shots to put something next to your name before the Texas Rumble is here.
We are 3 weeks away, and you got to make a big impression.
Right.
You need a win. And what's killing the stakes for a lot of people is the Mr. MPX tournament, because that person is whoever wins this tournament. And I've seen Kim says she wants Mikey B. He has a great case, right? There's somebody when we break this card down, there's somebody he's high on my list to win this tournament. Right. But coming out of this tournament, whoever wins it, you could definitely make a case has a wide open lane to a title shot because of this field. So
right.
Nothing's really guaranteed, and you can't really make demands at this point.
That's true. And, touching on the Mr. MPX tournament, since we are recapping heavy artillery, Kim, I'm sorry to bust your bubble. Mikey B was actually defeated in his first round match by Grimy Dalton Gray. Then we saw the protege of violence. We saw Langley upset Devin Anello. So we already know 2 of the semifinalists for Mr. MPX are literally 2 of the kids of MPX that have put the work in. They have trained, they have scratched, they have clawed, they've made a name for themselves, and now they have a chance to call themselves Mr. MPX. But we got to see who the other 2 men are going to join them after this week. And like you, I think me and you might be on the same page as who we got a stake on. But I can't wait to break down this card, man. There's a lot going on this card this week at Bad Influences.
Let's do it, man. Let's go ahead. Let's break down this card. It's an exciting one. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right. All right, here we go. Bad influences. As we mentioned, we got the Mr. MPX tournament. Tons of matches going on. But let's get into this first match, man. And I said this was exciting, but we have somebody coming. We haven't seen this guy. I don't think we've seen him in a long while. Teflon John going up against Sky Dela Cremosa, and this new direction for Sky, I like it, but it puts me in a weird position because I'm getting to the point where I absolutely hate Sky, and I never thought I would see myself like, I don't like this guy. And I've always loved Sky.
Right.
But I'm like, I hate this guy right now. And that's so wild for me to say. And just like seeing it this past weekend and seeing his demeanor and how he carried himself, I'm like, I get it. It's a change from what you were, but God, I hate this guy. And that's incredibly crazy for me to say.
Yeah, I can piggyback on that because, when we talk about Sky and you talk about MPX, again, they're synonymous with each other.
Yes.
When you look at Sky right now, I was on that train of, do I respect what he's doing? No. Do I like what he's doing? No. Am I still going to support Sky? Yes. However, last week was the breaking point for me because when he came out and handcuffed Man, for whatever reason, didn't want to fight Man, was afraid of Man, wanting to prove a point because he's got the referees in his back or whatever he wants to call it. I was like, okay, this is where I just cannot stand Sky, and everything that you do from here on out, I hope you lose. I hope you fail. I can't wait until Brick comes back because, again, we've had this interview, and for Brick to keep his eyes on you and still not tell you exactly what Brick is going to do, but Brick has his eyes on you, that's a problem. So
that is a very, very big problem.
Very big problem. So Brick, wherever you are, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, we know the world needs purpose. Sky needs purpose very, very soon. Please.
Very, very, very soon. And yes, Sky's going to find his purpose real quick. Yes, please. Thank you. Welcome to the chat. Brian Pover. And shout out to them and to the Povers and Pover Photography. Please give those guys a watch as they break down the photos they take. It's amazing. It's amazing. Give them a follow. But yeah, he said, I'm torn. I like Sky. I like the new takes, but yeah, I still miss old Sky. I am on that boat, and it's like I said, I'm finding myself hating him. And it was because of what happened to Man. By the way, we still don't know what happened to Man. Can someone please provide us an update? What is happening? And please, whatever it is, just let us know.
Somebody from Set 6, let us know.
Right.
Demo,
let
Jamie,
us know.
Reza.
We haven't heard anything. Please let us know. Is he safe? Is he okay? Did y'all bail him out? What happened there? Because that's what made me like, oh man, it was almost like cowardice. And we don't ever see that from Sky.
Right.
And it's like, what are you doing, man? Stop. Like, I don't want to hate you, but you're pushing the issue.
Right.
You're really pushing the issue. I don't want to hate you because I spent so much time, and it's almost like the hero that you've had for this whole time, and they finally become the villain. It's like we finally live to see him as the villain, and I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Yeah, for all the anime lovers out there, this is like what happens when Goku met Goku Black the
Oh
first
my
time.
God, yes.
This is like, wait, what's happening? And if you take the Spider-Man meme, everyone's pointing at each other. Oh, this is where we're at right now with Sky and the addicts and the love that you guys can tell. Everybody is conflicted, but it's starting to trend downwards.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Shout out to the chat, man. You guys are active tonight. Shout out to you guys. Um, there's a JD Griffey is fun to watch.
He's something, all right.
I like both gimmicks of Sky. And listen, if I know for the addicts out there, I know there's an attachment there. For me personally, it's just like there's boundaries, man. And once you cross the boundaries, it's uh it's it's ick. I got the ick now. And I don't like that I have the ick when it comes to Sky,
Right,
but I have it.
right.
So it's like, come on, man. You know who you are. The MPX addicts know who you are. Please, please find your way. And it ain't with the referees. And by the way, it seems like I'm looking at Alfred in the comments. It seems like Cedric. It seems like Cedric isn't on board with that. We'll get back to that, but it looks like he's no longer on board. But
Right.
Sky has the refs in his pocket for now. So
Yeah, and that's kind of scary with this matchup he has with Teflon John, someone that I don't know how many of the newer addicts have seen or heard of Teflon John. He's a rugged dude. He's gonna bring a fight to Sky for sure.
yep,
But just because we touched on it, the referees in his back pocket, he's gonna try to bend the rules like he always does. I think Sky's gonna walk away with the win unless somebody can find Man, because if Man is free, probably gonna come out crashing out with a kendo stick or a baseball bat
please.
or both.
Or here's my I can't be using this one too much. I'll save this one. I'll save it. Cause I'm like, he needs purpose. Let's just give it to him now. We'll save that. We'll save it. We'll save it. But also on this card, and speaking of Tom A, he approved of this match. He approved of this match, and it's because we are getting a returning Cowabunga kid, Adam Green. He's been down south for a while,
Right.
making his way back up north. Shout out to him. He's been at Reality of Wrestling for a minute. So I'm interested to see what he's picked up and what he's bringing back to MPX. But he's going up against a streaking Tommy Becker for the MPX Addicts title too. So I like that he's coming back. I like that he's going right for the title, and I'm very much interested to see what he's got coming into this match.
Oh yeah, before Cowabunga Kid went down south, he was slowly becoming one of the favorites of the MPX Addicts.
Yeah,
And if anybody is deserving of the MPX Addicts title, it is somebody like the Cowabunga Kid, Adam Green. However, Tommy Becker has been on this streak, this violence, this menacing, this aura. I hate to say that because of Tom A, but it is what it is. Tommy. It's a new side of Becker, and I think Becker is going to retain the title. Do I want it personally? No. But just because of what we touched on, he's been here, the experience factor, he knows how to get inside of your head, even without getting inside of your head. So I think he's going to do whatever he has to do to keep the Addicts title just a little bit longer.
Yep, I agree with that. And I said this a while back, and he's proven that, right? A focused Tommy Becker is dangerous.
Right.
And Tommy Becker with something to lose is even more dangerous. And he's proven that point. So yeah, it's not a good look if you're in the ring with him. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be a good night. You know what I mean? you could walk out of well, you probably won't walk if he grabs your ankle. So you may not get out of there in one piece. Oh, look at this. Look at Kim. So yeah, I hope Tomei becomes MPX champion one day. You know what? I'm going to manifest this for 2026. I do believe it's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen.
Only because I was outed last week for being wrong. I'm also going to throw my hat in that. As of right now, Tomei is my pick to win the Texas Rumble, and I could very well see Tomei being MPX champion as well.
I could see that. And we're early in the year. There's a lot of time for him to build and listen, he's starting off on the right foot. So
right.
There's a lot of time left on the clock this year. So I will say I will put a stamp on that one. He will get the no gimmick stamp. I believe Tomei will be champion in 2026, MPX champion. I believe that will happen. And people may hate it, but listen. Listen.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it.
I can't be mad at it.
Can't be mad at it at all. Shout out to Matthew Palmer. Welcome, sir. We are talking about some good old MPX bad influences Friday night. Speaking of which, if you don't mind, Mr. Palmer, you've been gone for a while, and we are in Rumble season. You don't have to, it's totally optional. I know you don't like throwing information out there. People may need to prepare, but 2 blinks, sir. If there's a possibility that you may enter the Texas Rumble. Again, you don't have to confirm this because we haven't seen you in a while.
I mean, I'm gonna piggyback on that because if Palmer does, decide to dust off the boots, we could see different variations of Palmer. We could see Anarchy Palmer. We could see the jeans, Matthew Palmer, rocking the jeans out there. We could see the Monster Hunter, Matthew Palmer. We haven't seen the Monster Hunter around a little while, so maybe.
I'm just saying, we haven't seen him in a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
Rumble season right around the corner. A lot of people have had some things to say. And who knows? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it would be nice. It would be nice.
I mean, to be fair, I'm going to answer his question. To be fair, you guys are coming to Fort Worth, and I am pulling an extra shift to help out with the Texas Rumble.
Yeah, rub it in.
In a way, it's like a yes, but it's not really a yes. But it's okay, right? 2 wrongs make it right.
Oh man, but I mean, good matchup. Love to see Adam Green back in the MPX Event Center. But this next matchup, listen, when this match got announced, I was here for it. I'm even more for it because Morgan Mercy versus Reza Clark.
Yes. Injected into my veins.
Absolutely, yes. And so for it to be happening so early in the year, I want to thank whoever made this possible. Thank you so much. I don't go against set 6 ever anymore. I'm like you. I got called out on it. So I just don't go up against the set anymore. But Morgan Mercy and the terrorist she's been on, and Reza and the climb that she has to get back to the MPX women's title. Listen, I love this matchup so much. Both ladies are going to burn this one down. And this one just has like super kaiju fight written all over it. And I'm here for that. What do you think?
Yes, I agree with you. But before we move on, I saw a comment in the chat. Somebody was asking about the Texas Rumble being every year. It is every year. It is one of MPX's biggest shows to help kick off the calendar year each year.
Yep.
This year it is Saturday, February 7th in Fort Worth at the Southwest Community Center. Say that 3 times fast.
Yes.
But if you haven't gotten your tickets, you can go to mpxwrestling.com for tickets. Or if you can't be there live, you can definitely follow, subscribe on Twitch. Hopefully YouTube, fingers crossed, because the YouTube streams have been crispy. We'll see.
Crispy.
Very crispy. But back to this match that we were talking about, because when I saw it, my heart jumped out too. And we always use the expression when two heavyweights fight, I hope that somebody reinforces the ring. For these ladies, because of how hard they hit, I hope MPX has reinforced the ring. Because
Yes.
Morgan Mercy and Riza are going to throw the literal kitchen sink at each other. And we touched on it last week and the week before with all the momentum building up for Who Runs the World 3 and everything that Athena and her women's production has been doing. This is another one of those proving ground matches for
Yep.
both of these ladies to help stake their claim in everything that's going on with MPX. The women's title picture, the American Joshi tournament, getting on the card at Who Runs the World 3. We've seen both of these women featured on Who Runs the World 3. We've
Yep.
seen them fight in different bad bitch brawls. These two coming head to head is going to be fireworks.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And shout out to Matt Palmer. He said there's some huge news regarding MPX tomorrow. Uh-oh. Tune in, folks.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. But you bring up a very good point. The road to Who Runs the World 3, March 7th, right? That's coming very closely. A win for either woman puts momentum squarely on their back for that,
Right.
So there's a lot of implications from this match, a flag planting of sort, that someone's leaving this match with their feet firmly planted in the ground, and he's saying, Matt Palmer saying, biggest thing we've ever done. Get ready.
A steel cage match? Or is it finally happening? Did we raise the roof a little? Never mind. Let me stop. Sorry.
Biggest thing there. I'm interested. I'm very interested. Oh, he said bigger. What are we doing?
I don't know what's. I gotta stay tuned. Okay, this is the perfect time to lock in, guys. Lock in.
Yes,
to
lock in.
Wrestling.
Lock in.
All the social. Turn your notifications on. Make sure you tell a friend. Share it. Retweet it. Repost it. Because I will.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Okay. You have my attention. You had my curiosity. now you have my attention.
Great.
All right.
Speaking of attention, there's another women's match on the Bad Influences card.
I was just getting to that.
Yeah, because we touched on it. The ladies are on fire right now. There's a lot of momentum going around. Anarkid Ash and Hudson Envy, 1-on-1, and this is in the women's sense, David versus Goliath, because Hudson Envy hits harder than anybody else I think I've seen in the women's division. And then Anarkid Ash just likes to scrap. She's scrappy.
I love
She is
Anarkid
hungry.
Ash,
she wants something. She's not going to give up. She's not going to take it lightly. So this one, MPX, I hope you guys have the ring reinforced, or like Brian said, make sure that insurance is paid up, because the ladies may very well just tear the house down this Friday night.
Listen, the chat's confirming this one. I love this matchup too. And the chat's already like, listen, look at this. It's going to be crazy. I'm excited about it. And listen, Anarkid Ash, since she's popped up on the scene, has stolen hearts, man.
Right.
She has absolutely become a favorite of the MPX addicts. Anytime she's out there, the energy is way up. And there's something about her that you just can't help but love. And for her to go into this match with Hudson Envy, I'm gonna pick Anarchic Ash for this, but this is probably gonna be sleeper match of the night.
Right.
Because these two ladies, as much as we've talked about Morgan Mercy and Riza, this one is one to watch, man. It really is one to watch.
Yeah, and if you've been doing your homework on these past shows recently over the past 2-3 weeks, both of these ladies are trending in the right direction.
Yep.
Hudson Envy is on a winning streak, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Anarchic Ash has picked up some big wins herself going into MPX this Friday night. So both of these ladies are going to have something to prove.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, yeah, definitely one to watch here. And then we got some tag action. And this one is one you need to watch too. And when this match got announced, I hit you up and I was like, listen, my antennas are up. They are all the way up. But shout out to D1 Ignite Podcast here on the DFPN. You guys had Red Chambers on D1 Ignite for a very, very good interview. Please go check that out on the D1 Ignite. But he's going to be teaming up with Kari Jai Wright, and he's going to be taking on his former partner, Big J, who's now squarely aligned. After last week, it is undeniable they are squarely aligned with JD Griffey. And as much as you want to hate JD Griffey, he is so smart, man. And what he's building, it seems like he's trying to build himself a dynasty.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Cody Cox as well, because Cody, him and Tyler do a wonderful job on the commentary week by week with the play-by-play and everything going on. Cody has been alluding to it the past few weeks with this new direction that JD is going in. And it's giving, back in the early days of MPX, JD Griffey had a faction known as the Trust Fund. And it seems like the way JD is moving the way he is right now, it seems like we're getting a Trust Fund 2.0. And, he's got the pieces of the puzzle, right? He's got Alfred, the mouthpiece, the brains behind the operation, the man on the mic. You've got LVJ, young and up-and-coming fresh star. He's going to be down in Austin this week, as a matter of fact, teaming with Travis Cuddy. So LVJ has the sky to reach for. And then you've got the enforcer, you've got the muscle, you've got Big J. And a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, we saw the return of the sauce of the night, Joe Angelo Garcia, and him and JD are just, they blend together. So he's cooking something up. But yes, you touched on it. Me and my boys at D1 Ignite University, we talked to Red, and Red is focused. Red wants to get his hands on JD, but before he does, he wants to get through to Big J and say, hey, you need to wake up. Whatever you think is happening for you, whatever you think is going to come out of this is not going to happen. You need to snap out of it. And Red is willing to fight Big J to get it through his head. And then you throw in, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Crispier than a McDonald's Sprite himself, Kari Wright, and now there's so many mixed elements in this, but who has the better relationship of the two teams? Is it Red and Kari, or is it going to be JD and Big J?
Right. And there's a lot of animosity from Red's side. Could that lead to some trust issues? Because he's seeing Red, and he's gonna see Red, bro. Like, those issues are unresolved,
Right.
And will that emotion, listen, at MPX, when emotions get involved, it doesn't usually go well. So can Red keep his emotions in check? From that interview, it sounds like he's laser focused on revenge.
Right.
And can he take that off just to get the objective done? I get it. there is bad blood. There's gonna be bad blood. But eventually he needs to get his hands on Big J because Big J is the one that turned. And I know JD Griffey, he said it on this podcast, man. He's a mastermind. He knows what everybody else doesn't know. And this matchup, it kind of scares me, honestly.
Right. Yeah, no, I can agree with you because, we touched on it a little bit. The man that we really don't know who or what or when or where is Kari Wright. And for the longest time, for MPX addicts, old and new, Kari, he's the reincarnation of excellence. So we've seen Kari as a singles competitor. We've seen Kari's mixed up in some factions that did some really big things. And Brian, shout out to Brian in the comment section because he just dropped a comment. Can Red trust Kari? Kari would be a big grab for JD. And that's right there is where my gears were turning.
Yep.
Because if y'all think about it and remember a few shows ago, JD and Kari squared off. And after the match, JD had some words for Kari Wright, but he held him close. He covered it, so we don't really know what was said.
Right.
But
I asked him about that moment.
Yeah.
I asked him about that, and he said it was just respect because Kari had a concussion and he fought through that match. That's what he said. But
right.
for me, that was a recruitment pitch for me.
Right.
So,
I agree
but you never know. You never know.
I agree with that. I'm gonna say this because Kari, if you're listening and watching, you're my dog. My dog. But Kari, please, before you make any rash decisions, please consult your boy. Please, can we talk first?
Listen, I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna sound like such a villain. I'm gonna sound like such a villain. But if I'm Kari J. Wright, and if I've been paying attention to him, and if I'm Kari J. Wright, and I felt like I haven't been put in the best positions, I felt like I haven't been put on the right stages to turn, would be an opportunity to get what I want. If I align myself with someone who has the same objective as me to get what I needed, I would do that. I know that's gonna sound so terrible, but I'm saying if it were to happen, I'd understand. I'd get it.
Yeah.
Would it break my heart? Absolutely. But would I understand it? Absolutely. Kari and I have this understanding. Being the bad guy is all about the point of view. Right. I know this about him. Being the bad guy is all about the point of view. If what I'm doing, if I believe what I'm doing is for the right reasons, then I'm not the bad guy.
Right.
You can hate me, but am I really that bad? I'm going after what I want.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna piggyback on that because shout out Killmonger, by the way. But that whole setup reminds me of Kari back when the TWC was first founded. And we've seen the direction that the TWC went in. Look at what Kari went and did. Look at what Demo has been doing. Look at what Kaimi has been doing. Look at what Day DeVille has been doing. And I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm mad at it, but Kari, I need you to consult your boys first before you make a rash decision.
Absolutely. And shout out, we have someone in the chat. This is what I love about doing these things, right? Shout out to you, Lucky. And she says that her and her sister and I are new to MPX. Shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. Do us a favor. Tune in to MPX this Friday. Hopefully they're on YouTube. So search up MPX Wrestling on YouTube. If not, Metroplex Wrestling, they're on Twitch. You can watch the show for free on Twitch. twitch.tv/Metroplex Wrestling if you can't get to the building. And we'll drop that information later. But stories like that, I love hearing. Shout out to you. Welcome. I hope you've been enjoying what you're seeing with MPX. And thank you for tuning in. That's amazing, man. And shout out to you, Kim, too, because you said I'm an addict for 7 months. We knew what you meant. You didn't have to clarify
it. We all have been at some point in time, so we all know exactly what you mean here.
But that's awesome. She's gonna be there, front row. Awesome. See you there.
That is perfect. Make sure awesome. You boo JD and boo Alfred, please.
Absolutely.
For me.
Absolutely. Boo them out of the building. They probably won't leave, but boo them anyway.
But speaking of leave, because that's another tag team match that we have coming up. Yep. This man has been on a little bit of a leave. Why? I'm not sure, but it's going to be good to see him back because World Class Nutrition is going to defend the MPX tag team titles. Dave DeVille, who's been absent, while Devin Anello has been sharpening his iron, wrestling week after week. They're going to defend those tag team titles that, if you ask me, they stole, but that's a conversation for another day.
Neither here nor there.
They're going to defend those titles against a very interesting team in Danny O'Ryan and Phil Shark. I couldn't think tag teams couldn't get any bigger at MPX.
Bro.
And then I see this graphic and I see Danny O'Ryan and Phil Shark on the same side.
On the same team.
On the same team at the same time. You talk about two guys that are going to absolutely put on a show. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to see that match.
Bro.
I hope they are the new MPX tag team champions.
I was thinking the same thing.
But I cannot wait to see Danny O'Ryan and Phil Shark together.
Yes. Absolutely yes. And I'm like you. When I saw this graphic, I was like, ooh, and new.
Yes. Automatic.
And new.
It doesn't matter. And new.
And new. And let's make this a division rivalry with someone. I don't care who, but we lost to Scorn. But if we get these as tag team champions, these two guys, I'm here for it.
Oh, without a doubt.
I'm definitely here for it.
I mean, the tag team names are just out of this world with these two. The Cosmic Sharks.
Cosmic Sharks. Yes.
I mean, like, these two guys are going to put on a show. I can't wait to see it. And we know Phil Shark, every time Phil Shark steps in an MPX ring, Phil Shark is going to have the addicts 125% behind his back.
Yep. So, yes, bring this one on. And listen, if Devin Anello and Day walk out of this match as champions, respect. Respect. I don't care how you do it either. Respect. Right. Respect. Seriously. Because, listen, this one is like, bro, if they get this done, they might be goated.
Man, I'm saying.
They might be goated.
Especially when you look at the tag team division. Like you said, we lost the Scorn, unfortunately, but you've got Set 6, you've got Most Wanted. You've got some other teams that are starting to form and make some chemistry, build some momentum. So it's gonna be an interesting 2026 for the MPX tag team division.
That is a very good point, because we lost two of the best tag teams in the division. We lost to Scorn and we lost to Brothers of Mayhem.
Right.
In a short amount of time, we lost both of those tag teams. So yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that is a very good point. He said, "What's going on with World Class Nutrition?" Well, we haven't seen Dave DeVille in a minute, man. So them coming back, defending the titles, good thing. Who are they defending it against? That is a mountain to climb,
without a doubt. No pun intended. No pun intended.
That is a mountain to climb, man. But speaking of mountains, let's get into this tournament. We have two matchups on this card, and a mountain of a man. First of all, MPX addicts, if you see me in the event center, I am not Von Titan. Okay, I am not Von Titan. I get it. I have dreads. I'm a big guy. I am not Von Titan.
All you need is the glove. All you need is the glove. I can see it now.
Bro, so many people were like, good job tonight. I'm like, what? Do I really look like Von Titan? I'm cutting my dreads off. I'm cutting them off.
All Palmer can say is just ... Even Palmer's confused.
I was like, oh my God, bro, I'm cutting my hair right now. but he's going up against Isaiah Legend. And again, both guys right now, and this one could tear the crowd apart too. Because both guys, Von Titan has become a crowd favorite in a very short amount of time. He hasn't been around long. And the amount, look, the chat's going in on this one too. He's fun to watch. He very much is. And during the shot collar battle royal, we saw Isaiah Legend wanting to smoke from this guy. So I kind of like this matchup in the sense that Isaiah Legend, we know he ain't ducking the smoke. We know that he's going to go in there and try to take it to Von Titan. So I like this matchup.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to be the match of the tournament, if you ask me, because of the fact, like you touched on, both of these guys are going to have the addicts solely behind them every single step of the way. Isaiah Legend has been on a roll. We talked about Isaiah Legend in late 2025 as that guy whose name to keep your eyes out for going into 2026. And then Von Titan came up out of nowhere, literally because of Matthew Palmer. Shout out Palmer. Yep. And Von Titan has just blown up ever since. So these two guys are going to put on match of the tournament. I'm conflicted, honestly. I don't know which way I want to go in this one, but I do know, like Cody and Tyler touched on last week, whoever wins this match, one of two men is going to be waiting on you: Langley or Grimy Dalton Gray. So
that is not a match you want, especially after, because this was going to be a hard fought match. We know that,
right?
So yeah. Either one of those guys waiting on you afterwards. And shout out to those two guys, man. The leaps and bounds they've made. He's still like, I'll do whatever it takes to not wrestle. I get it.
Somebody give Palmer $10. We're going to put him in an automatic shot call.
Yes. Lucky. $10. You'll be front row. Just hold out $10 and let's make it happen. Let's get Palmer in there. Yes, Langley picked up a victory over, who did he beat?
Devin Anello.
Correct, Devin Anello. But yeah, he picked up a victory over Devin Anello, and Grimy beat Mikey B. And I agree with you. I agree with you, man. He's doing really, really well.
Yeah, man. And then the last match of the Mr. MPX tournament, these two guys, honestly, for me, how did we get into the tournament? I don't know. But I can't sleep on either one of these guys because Julian Alirez is taking on the Agtown ace, Alec Bullsdale.
Yep.
And for what it's worth, Alec Bullsdale has been making a name for himself, not just here in the DFW. I've seen Alec down in Waco. I've seen Alec down south. So we know Alec is willing to put the work in, put the time in, put the grind in. The question is, just like we touched on with these other two men, whoever wins your match between Julian and Alec, you've got Langley or Dalton Gray waiting for you on the other side. So whether you come out of this one 100%, 80%, 70%, you're going to have to combat with some MPX experience on the other side in the semifinals.
And that's crazy to say now. Like Dalton Gray and Langley are the experienced guys in this tournament. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. But that also speaks to, and I like that Dalton Gray, he's operating without the scorn. And he's kind of proven to himself, like, I can stand on my own.
Right.
Like just having that confidence to go out there and get it done. It's like, that's huge, man.
Right.
Very huge. So yeah, but loaded night. Very, very loaded night. I'm very interested in what Saturday looks like, because Friday, it's a loaded night. What the aftermath of this is going to look like, who's going to be standing out on top, and what are we going to be talking about next week? What is the biggest thing I think the biggest thing that we'll be talking about next week? Honestly, it's probably going to be the tag match with JD and Big J. I think that's the biggest thing that we're going to be talking about. Something in my gut is like, something just doesn't sit right with this match, man. It just doesn't.
Right. No, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I'll stand 10 toes on that one. But regardless, we're going to be talking about MPX completely. Palmer, that announcement, we may very well be talking
We may be talking about that. I already know what you're
sure whatever MPX is going to promote for us tomorrow, it's going to be on the radar. It's going to get talked about. And then, of course, as we've touched on 1,001 times, it's Texas Rumble season. So the biggest question on everybody's mind, who's gunning for a spot? Who's going to be there? We have TNA in town this weekend. So
AEW's here the weekend after.
AEW is here for 2 more weekends after. We could see a return of Palmer's jeans. I don't know. But there's a lot of key things we're going to be talking about.
Hey, there's a lot going on, man. So there's a lot potentially, and we already mentioned this last month, that this month was going to be a busy month. It's already proven to be that, with everything going on. People are in town. The surprises are limited. He said, I got too fat. No, you didn't. But the surprises are limitless. There's a lot that could happen. So please, guys, stay tuned and keep your eyes glued. Shout out to the people in this chat that said they're going. Shout out to you, Lucky. Shout out to everybody that's gonna be watching online. Remember, 510 Harwood Road, Bedford, Texas. Get there. Get your tickets at mpxwrestling.com. If you can make it to the building, get them before 6 p.m. Friday. Otherwise, twitch.tv/Metroplex Wrestling, or please, if you guys can do this one again,
3 for 3.
Make it a perfect 3 for 3. YouTube. Love the stream, love the crispiness, the functionality. Hey, listen, I love it. But I'll gladly go to Twitch. But I love YouTube. I'm just saying. But tune in tomorrow and do like TSU Texan. Update hourly. Be ready for this announcement. Matthew Palmer saying that it's going to be a big announcement, the biggest thing they've ever done. And listen, be there. We're going to be touching on it next week. So we'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, sharing, follow, stay tuned to the No Gimmicks podcast. So shout out to you, Kelvin. Thank you for having me, be on board as your co-host. It's been a ride, man. It's been a lot of fun. And, because we're on the DFPN, for anybody that, wants to hear a little extra, wants to hear some extra takes on how the MPX talent is feeling behind the scenes, feel free to come and listen to us on the D1 Ignorant University podcast. We cover everything.
Great
sports, culture, pop culture. We throw jabs at each other. And if I get some of the wrestlers on there, they let you know what they don't like and who they don't like. So I might need to reach out to JD, since Yeah, I'm gonna worry about that.
Do
later.
that. Do that. Oh, by the way, we'll be back next Wednesday. So next week will also be a Wednesday show. We will have a guest on that show, and they will be wrestling tomorrow night, which is why I say, come back next week. We will have a guest. We will let you know who that guest is after Friday's MPX show. He doesn't like anyone, and no one likes him. Done.
I love it. Easy
peasy. But I still want to hear what he has to say, because it's low key. I like what he has to say. So please get him on the show. Love it. But that's gonna do it for us tonight, you guys. JD, oh Lord, why am I doing that? Lord, JJ, oh God, take us home.
Oh my goodness. Thank y'all again for coming out, having some fun with us. Stay tuned for everything that we've got going on here with No Gimmicks and MPX, as they are the best weekly running pro wrestling show here, not just in the DFW, but in the state of Texas. And as Kelvin likes to always say, be sure to take care of what you love, enjoy what you're going to enjoy. And until next time, y'all, be easy.
Peace.
And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks.